Hello everyone, my name is Jacob and I work with Weed Warriors. Today we want to be able to talk about a very specific insect in our landscape. At Weed Warriors we are all about protecting investments and liberating beauty. And one of the most beautiful parts of our landscape is the crepe myrtle tree. Crepe myrtles add value to our aesthetics, but there's a huge problem. And we want to talk about that problem today in depth. Let's go take a look at a tree that have insects and an insect problem. All right, here's a prime example of the Crape Myrtle Bark Scale. First, let's talk about its name. So scientists have named this scale insect after the crepe myrtle tree because it only feeds on crepe myrtle trees. Now, this is a non-native insect. It came here to the Jackson metro area in 2016. It was small, isolated to just a very small area, but then it began to spread. That spread has now covered the entire Jackson metro area. This scale insect is very tiny. When you come to inspect your tree, what you're looking for are tiny white specks. These are the insects themselves. They're not going to be in the foliage or on the leaves. They're actually going to be right on the branch itself or the trunk of the tree. So when you come to inspect and see, if you find these white specks, you know that the problem has now come to your trees. These insects are going to extract the sugar from the tree and then excrete what's called honeydew. Honeydew is a clear, sticky substance. It comes all over the tree, but then our heat and humidity will turn that to this black, sooty mold. So now your aesthetic value is completely ruined and your tree doesn't look good at all. So what we need to be able to do is provide a cure. We'll talk about how we can cure and how we can treat for the Crape Myrtle Bark Scale. All right, so if we have a problem with Crape Myrtle Bark Scale and the insects now have come to your tree and they're extracting the sugar, so how do we stop this? What makes your tree hold its aesthetic value? What we will do is come to drench underneath a tree with insecticide. There are companies and there are ways that you as a customer can treat yourself. You are able to spray your tree. Spraying will help, but it's a temporary fix and it will not kill eggs, nymphs, and adults. You can drench your tree, but you must have the highest rate or the recommended rate of the insecticide that is needed. Weed Warriors, and what we do is use the rate recommended by scientists that's going to have a control not only to kill the insects, the eggs, and the nymphs, but prevent insects from coming at any point in time later in the season. So if we were to treat your tree today, we would not have to spray. It's not going to affect anything else in your lawn or your landscape or around your home. It's going to be in the soil, and you would not have to worry about insects at any point in time the rest of this year. It is a 100% success rate, and it's going to make sure that your tree stays beautiful year round.